Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1984 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup features the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Brew Crew is Rich Rodas, whose record is 0-1 with an 11.57 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Bryan Kelly, whose record is 1-1 with a 2.70 ERA. We had a nice come-from-behind victory yesterday, winning 9-7 over the Brewers in the first game of the series. Terry Kennedy went off. He had a home run, a two-run shot, and then a two-run double late in the ballgame. And George Brett almost hit for the cycle. He had a single, a double, and a triple. So he was just a homer shy of the cycle. Bert Blyleven pitched great for 4 innings, and we tried to stretch him out and give our bullpen a little bit of a break, and he just could not get the third out. In the 6th inning, he gave up 7 runs, and then our bullpen came in and did their gerbs. So a nice job by the bullpen and Brett and Terry Kennedy, who was the player of the game. I'm actually going to do something a little different for this game. We're going to do a deep dive on Terry Kennedy. He's not even starting today, but Kennedy's a player we've had now since his trade to the team last year, and I don't think we've ever talked about him in any depth. So we're going to do that today. So we're going to get started with today's ball game here momentarily. One of the things I wanted to talk about just real quickly is kind of like my strategy on moving players between AAA and the majors. Now, if a player has a check mark by their name, whether they're on the pitching staff or they are part of our bench, if they have a check mark, that means they're under a major league contract. So whether or not they're performing well, I cannot send them to the minor leagues, right? Because then they have to go through waivers. Like that's what happens in real life. The game doesn't have that sort of, depth to, transactions. So I'm just incorporating my own set of rules, which are in line with major league rules. So unless they're injured and they can go to the DL, I call somebody up then. Otherwise, if they have a check mark, I do not send them to AAA. So we have a couple, batters that are not doing well. Lance Parrish. Chet Lemon is not off to a good start. Lou Whitaker definitely not off to a good start. They're going to sit today, in fact, because we're playing a left-hander. We'll try to mix it up a little bit. But otherwise, they cannot be sent to the minor leagues. I would love to get Kevin Bass rolling, but if Kevin Bass can't get it together, I will probably send him down and bring up Jesse Barfield. Now, I don't like to do any swaps between the majors and AAA until we have a full month under our belt. That rule, is flexible, but I typically don't like to send anyone down until I really know they're not going to perform. Kevin Bass has proven to be a 250 hitter for us and be valuable in the outfield. He's off to a bad start. There really isn't anybody else I could send down other than Kevin Bass. But I'm just pointing that out. When we look at our pitching staff, again, we have the check marks here to tell you which players are under a major league contract. So, like Tom Filer, we already sent down to bring up Gumpy Gumpert, and that was the right move. I don't think Filer's going to be on the team much longer. Maybe we can trade him and get like some rosin or something for him. I don't know. But so the players that have no check marks, including like veterans on our team, like Dave Gumpert, these are players that I will send down at some point to bring up minor leaguers to give them a break from their inning pitch totals for the year. In my experience, when relievers at the end of the year get in that 60 to 70 innings pitched area, they tend to like start to fall apart. And we've already, in what, like 13 games, we already have like a handful of pitchers who have been in 6 or 7 games, 5, 6, 7 games this season. So Dave Smith, our closer, I cannot send him down to give him a couple of weeks of relief in the minors. He's going to be on the team. We have to monitor him a lot more closely. You know, Keith Comstock, I don't really care if he gets blown up, but, you know, Dave Smith we need to have, down the stretch in September, and he might be a player who falls apart if we give him 70 innings by the time we get to the final month of the season. So just something to think about. I don't know if I've ever really talked about that strategy before in any of our sims, and maybe you just don't really care, and that's okay too. But there you go. Now you know. So Brian Kelly, he is our starter today. Says he's never faced the Brewers, anyone in the Brewers lineup. That's just not true. And all the bullpen is available today, even though we had to tax him a little bit yesterday. All right. And then we got the left-hander, Rich Rodas, starting today. Not doing too well this year so far. And as I mentioned, we're going to give Whitaker the day off because of lefty on lefty. We're going to give Kennedy the day off, although he was awesome yesterday because of the lefty on lefty. We're going to get my large adult son, Lance Parrish, in there. And Chet Lemon, he has a history of being injured in this game, so we will continue to give him regular days off, give Kevin Bass a chance to get in there today and maybe get off the schneid. Okay, let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Milwaukee Brewers. Batting leadoff in left field is Mike Felder. Batting second and DHing is Paul Molitor. Batting third in right field is Alan Cockrell. Batting cleanup playing third base is Randy ASADOOR. Batting fifth at first base is Todd Benzinger. Batting sixth at shortstop is Ernie RILES. Batting seventh at second base is Randy Reddy. Batting eighth in center field is Bob SKUBE. And batting ninth is the catcher for today, Ike Hampton. All right, Brian Kelly making the start here. His third start, he's 1-1 with a 2.70 ERA, 10 strikeouts in 13 and a third innings. Opponents are only batting 146 against him. His fastball tops out at 93 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 47%. He's got 3 pitches, and they're all above the league average of 80. That's amazing. Overall rated an 85. The 25-year-old righty goes to arbitration next year. If you want to take a look at his log, there you go. He threw 93 pitches against the Yankees, getting the win. He threw 94 pitches against the Indians. He took the loss. His ERA is still pretty low, so I am a little concerned that he's due to get blowed up. And if we have to, we'll go to our bullpen early. Take a look last year. He got 21 starts for us, 9-5, with that 3.52 ERA. Definitely a pitcher who proved himself worthy of being in the rotation. I don't like his walk to strikeout ratio, but still pretty solid. Let's take a look at our defense. As I mentioned, it's a little mixed up today. We got Jody Reed at second base, and center field is Kevin Bass, and Lance Parrish behind the plate. Okay, here we go. Mike Felder leading off versus Brian Kelly. And a solid delay here. There we go. Something happened. Line out to center from Mike Felder. Oh, I think the reason why there's that delay, and I'm terrible at this, but I wanted to remind everyone we have the contest going on, and I think with this active here, it is slowing the game down a little bit. But don't forget, we are giving away the Paul Gibson, the Creeper, crotch grab card. There's only 4 contestants so far. The contest will take place on the 28th, which is 1 week from today. So you have time to get in on it. Freddie C., Thomas D., Jason Vermont, Sports Guy, Shane M. Are all in the contest, and you can get into it too. Just be a subscriber and let me know in the comments below that you want to be in the contest, and we will make that happen. Okay, Mike Felder lining out to center. Here is Paul Molitor, and Kelly walks Molitor. So, the Hall of Famer's on first. He has 84 speed. He could go, but it would not tempt Lance Parrish. There's an infield single from COCKRELL as it scoots past Kelly, and TRAMMELL could not make the play. So yes, this does kind of feel like Kelly's about to get pummeled here. Randy ASADOOR moving up in the lineup to the cleanup role with the catcher Stevens out today. 1-1 count and a wild pitch. Oh, crap. Well, there's really not a lot we can do here. We will pull our third baseman, Brett, in, just in case it's a ground ball to Brett and it's a play that he can make at the hot corner. That would hold Molitor, but not necessarily prevent him from scoring if the game decides that. So here we go. Randy ASADOOR batting .235 versus righties. We need a strikeout, and the game's going to walk him. So, yeah, Kelly is absolutely about to get crushed. And there's nothing to stop the train right now. He's walked 2, given up a hit, infield single. I mean, these are all signs that, I mean, it's not like it's been a doubles and triples and home runs. This is the way the game notifies you that you're about to get seriously moguled. Todd Benzinger, 2-2 count. Oh, he's going to strike out looking. Is the game going to let the Brewers off the hook? We're going to find out. It's Ernie RILES. He does have power for a 80s shortstop, according to this game anyway. He's batting .178, looking to get things right. This might be the situation. Full count. And he strikes out on a pitch that was ball 4. So we have a first inning drama, leaving the bases juiced. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at our lineup. Batting leadoff, playing shortstop today, is Alan Trammell. Batting second at third base is George Brett. Batting third in left field is Kirk GIBSON. Batting cleanup in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting fifth and DHing is Ken Smith. Batting sixth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting seventh at first base is Greg Brock. Batting eighth in center field is Kevin Bass. And batting ninth is our second baseman, Jody Reed. Let's just take a moment here to talk about Terry Kennedy. I'll pull him up right here. Because, like I said, we traded for him last year. He hadn't played in our sim except for a couple games for St. Louis in 1980. And when we traded for him, it was to be a backup to Lance Parrish, but he's kind of taken over that role on our team as an everyday starter. He could be an everyday starter, but we're doing the lefty-righty splits. He was a 1977 first-round draft pick for the St. Louis Cardinals. He was drafted 6th overall in 1977. He's a 4-time All-Star. In 1983, he won the Silver Slugger. In 82, he had 42 doubles, 21 home runs, 98 RBIs, batted .295 with an OPS plus of 130, 30% better than the average major league player. That's like Mike Trout level. And like, I would gauge him as an average defensive player. But unfortunately, in his first full season in the majors, 1981, the strike-shortened season, he had 20 errors in 101 games. So he was pretty bad that first year. But overall, he averaged a defensive WAR of 1.2, which is pretty solid. So a really great quality player. And in 1984, of course, he was on the Padres, who played against my Detroit Tigers in the World Series. So I have fond memories of Terry Kennedy, and that's a guy that I wanted on the team. Okay, let's get this inning going here. Alan Trammell leading off against I don't think we talked about Rich Rodas. My bad. So here's Rich Rodas, another pitcher on this team that's been called to duty because of injuries. He's making his third start, 0-1 with 11.57 ERA. 9 strikeouts in 11 and 2/3 innings. Opponents are batting .367. This is the kind of pitcher that I would just want us to crush. He's got a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, though. 2 pitches at league average, the fastball, the curveball. Overall 78, the 24-year-old lefty is arbitration eligible in 1986. All right. Now we're ready to go. Here's Trammell. They have that rough defense out there. First, third, right field, and of course, they have SKUBE out there in center field with that 58. I think that's what allowed us to come back with all the extra base hits. Trammell grounds out to third. Here's George Brett, almost hit for the cycle yesterday, and he's on his way today with a base hit to left. So there's our first base runner. George Brett at first. Gibby we're putting in the number 3 spot. We've had him all over the lineup this year. And a ground ball to second, is that an infield single? It is! So we get our own infield single in return. Let's see if we can take advantage of it, unlike the Brewers in the first. Glenn Wilson, I believe he is leading the team now in RBI. That's why I moved him to the cleanup role. Batting .354 with a dong and a ground ball to short. That should be 2. Oh! Wilson beats it out with that 69 speed. Good job by Big Willie style beating it out. And now we've got lefty on lefty with Ken Smith. Smith batting .283. He had that walk-off home run. And he skies it into shallow right field for out number 3. So we do strand 2 runners. Go to the top of the second. No score. Randy Ready leading off. Ready batting .208. He's got a couple home runs. He had a home run in yesterday's game, in fact. Popping it up for out number 1. Yeah, when Randy Ready hit that home run yesterday, I thought the game was done. Bob SKUBE moved from first base to center field. Flies out to center for out number 2. Now, here is Ike Hampton. This guy was out of baseball by 1979, and yet in our game, he is still holding on. And he's making his second start of the year. Rated a 65, not a great arm. So we have to keep that in mind. Maybe we can steal some bases this game. There's a ground ball to second, and Jody Reed makes the play. We go to the bottom of the second. Lance Parrish leading off. Parrish batting .063. He strikes out. Holy crap. Parrish is absolutely useless. Can't even believe it. Greg Brock, another infield single for the Tigers. I love having Brock able to hit lefties because the only other player that we have on our team to play first base is Smith, who's also a lefty. So if Brock can hit lefties this year, I'll let him play 162. So Brock's on first, 1 down. Here's Kevin Bass. He's looking to get off the schneid. He's batting .071. Base hit to left. There we go. No, we don't want to send the runner to third. Come on. That's one thing we didn't want to do, run ourselves out of the inning. So it's first and second. 1 out. Here's Jody Reed. He's getting his second start of the year. 1 for 5 on the season. He's got a double. Ground ball to third. Will that be 2? No, in fact, the only play was to go to first. So yeah, decisions like that when these base runners are safe, I have to think the rating plays a part of that. That really should have been a double play. It wasn't like a hit and run or anything. So here we go, another opportunity to score some runs. Alan Trammell at the plate, 1-2 count, and a ground ball into the hole at second. Play made by Randy Ready, and that'll do it. So we strand another 2 runners. Go to the top of the third, no score. Top of the lineup with Mike Felder. 1-0 count to Felder. Ground ball to Jody Reed. 1 out. That'll bring up Paul Molitor. He walked the first time up, and Kelly walks him again. He's walked 3 batters so far. He's not looked good. He's walked 3 batters and thrown a wild pitch. Runner at first, 1 down, a ground ball to first. Let's pivot, turn 2. Brock does get the force at second. Could not get the double play. So COCKRELL safe at first. And Randy ASADOOR will step up. Now he walked his first time up as well. And he walked again. What the hell is going on here? This is frustrating. We got out of the jam the first inning. Let's see if we can get out of it again here with Todd BENZINGER. BENZINGER, a rookie, batting .362, and he's a switch hitter, so he's going to bat left-handed. Fly ball to right. Can Wilson get over there? Yes, he does. All right, so the Brewers Stranchu, and you know, they've only got 1 hit, but he's walked 4, so his whip is still, you know, 1.25 or whatever. So not great. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, and we've got George Brett leading off. He had a base hit. It's good to see Brett getting hits versus lefties. He only batted .215 last year. And a base hit to right. He pulls it into right field. And the leadoff man is on. Okay, Gibby's up. Gibby had an infield single. 2-2 count to Gibby, and he takes strike 3 looking. Oops. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, let's hit and run here with Glenn Wilson. A couple slow pokes. We got to get the base runners moving. Ground ball to 3rd. Brett advances. And it will be up to Ken Smith to drive in the run. Brett's in scoring position. 0-1 count. And a ground ball to short. That's our 5th base runner stranded today. Going to the top of the 4th inning. I don't know if Brian Kelly can keep this pace up. He has just been effectively wild so far. There's a base hit. So Riles singles to left. Leadoff man is on for Randy Ready. 1-2 count to Ready. Fly ball into left center field. That's catchable. Gibby on his horse, making the catch. 1 down for Bob SKUBE. SKUBE 0 for 1 today. And he walks. That is 5 walks for Brian Kelly. I think this is going to be the last batter. It's Ike Hampton. If you can't get a guy out who hasn't played in the majors since 1979 in real life, you probably shouldn't be pitching in baseball. First pitch swinging though, and he pounds it. It's going to be an error on my son. Yep. That's what always happens. Now there's nothing we can do about it now. These are going to be, all these runs are going to be unearned. They're going to score here. We'll pull the infield in because that's what we need to do. It doesn't matter if we take Kelly out or not. These runs are going to score, so we may as well leave Kelly in and save our bullpen. I mean, you can't actually use baseball strategy because the game won't let you. So we're going to pull the infield in for what it's worth. 2-2 count to Felder. A ground ball to first. A double play. Oh, we get the double play. Oh, no. This game is like proving me wrong so often now. I'm shocked. We leave the Brewers leave the bases loaded for the 2nd time in 4 innings. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Here is my large adult son who struck out and committed an error today. And he pops it up. Barely gets it back past the pitcher's mound. Oh, man. Lance Parrish is horrible. That pains me to say. Greg Brock taking a walk. That is something he does really well. Also, just an odd stat that I noticed. Kevin Bass walked 8 times in 240 at-bats in 1983. He's walked 4 times in 5 games this year. So I don't know what the hell that's all about. We're going to let Kevin Bass just take a cut. We could hit and run here. Bass does that well. Yeah, it's going to cost me a double play. All right, we're going to the 5th inning. I mean, Kelly, why not send him out there? We got 3 righties. He's shown us nothing today. Like the control, everything in his arsenal is great, right? But his control is terrible. I don't know how to get that improved in the game. Maybe it's just not possible. Paul Molitor, he's walked twice today for crying out loud. And Kelly finally gets him. 3rd strikeout. Here's Alan Cockrell with 1 down. First pitch swinging. Fly ball to center field. Could we get a 1-2-3 inning? Did I just jinx us? Here we go. Randy ASADOOR with 2 down. He's walked both times, and he strikes him out. So Molitor and ASADOOR, who had both walked in both of their previous plate appearances, both struck out. So that works out well for us. We go to the bottom of the 5th with Jody Reed leading off. We need somebody to just surprise us here. Jody Reed getting a hit is a nice surprise. He's 2 for 7 on the year. And we will absolutely hit and run with Alan TRAMMELL. This is something he does very well. Ground ball to first. It's just not working for us today. It will get Reed over. Now Brett is 2 for 2 against Rodas. 1-0 count. He pulls it to right. That'll be good enough to get Reed over. So we've got the go-ahead run 90 feet away and Gibby at the plate. Gibby had an infield single and a strikeout. Full count here. And he pulls it down the right field line for a base hit. Reed scores. We're going for 2. There's 2 outs, and Gibby is safe with a double. That is his 3rd double of the season, and the Tigers take the lead 1-0. Great job there by Gibby. Let's see if Big Willie can follow that up. 1-0 count. Oh, a weak shot right back to the pitcher, Rodas. Okay, so we've played with fire this whole ball game. And we've given Brian Kelly the lead. His ERA is at below 2. Not going to be one of his best performances, but we're going to take him out. And, okay, I've complained about how much we've used our bullpen, but we got to bring in Keith Comstock here. Kami, making his 5th appearance, 2.2 innings. He struck out 4. His splits, for some reason he gets righties out better than lefties, but he strikes out lefties more. And we do have a switch hitter coming up, so that could play into our hands here with Benzinger leading off against Comstock. 1-2 count to Benzinger. Oh, crap! I forgot about that clause that says Comstock gives up home runs to everybody. And the game is tied just like that. That is Benzinger's 2nd home run of the season, 2nd home run of his career. And I look like I don't know what I'm doing. He comes back and strikes out Riles. Here's Randy ready. 0-2 count to Ready. Fly ball to right. Two down. And Bob SKUBE. Don't. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Game is tied, and we're starting fresh here. Rich Rodas is only at 65 pitches. Tigers have 7 hits and a walk. 3rd strikeout for Rodas as he sets Ken Smith down. One out. Here's Lance Parrish. 0 for 2. Hey, there's a base hit into left field. There we go. His second single of the year. I mean, it's something. Runner on first. Greg Brock. Brock, 1 for 1 with a walk today. 0-2 count. All right, striking out. That's to be expected. Runner on first, 2 down. Here's Kevin Bass. He got a base hit today. So Parrish and Bass both off the schneid. And Bass will pop it up to second. We are going to the 7th inning. Wow, there are 3 switch hitters in this lineup. Comstock coming out of the game. I guess that's technically a blown save, right? Yep. Oh, God, he's got 2 blown saves already this year. All right. The Creeper. Look, we got to give Creeper some innings here. We try to use him as a loogie. With the switch hitters up, we just got to take our chances. Ike Hampton. At the plate, he is 1 for 6 on the season. And he strikes out. Good job by Gibby. No, we can't call him Gibby as well. We got called the Creeper. So 1 out. Mike Felder at the plate. This is the 3rd time through the lineup, right? And Felder gets another base hit. Damn it. It's, or is it Riles that's got the hits today? Riles has a hit. That is Felder's first hit. We'll take a look at the in-game stats here. All right, now we've got 3 righties coming up. So, I mean, we're going to guard the Lions. We're going to leave Gibson in there because Felder's got a ton of speed, and at least the percentage goes down with a left-hander on the mound, right? We've seen that happen. We're going to guard the Lions, though, against an extra base hit from Molitor. 1-1 count, and Molitor rips it to left. Come on, Gibson. Oh, no, it gets down! And the run scores anyway. Well, crap. All right. Now we're going deep. We got to bring in Gumpy Gumpert. Why is our Tigers team so horrible this season? Is that a base hit? Okay. Bass will make the catch. 2 down, and Randy ASADOOR at the plate. And a base hit, 3-1. All right. Well, this game is toast. Yep. So we just need to get it over with now. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Our bullpen completely blew this game. Not that Kelly was doing particularly well. We left all those runners stranded on base today. A pitcher who was never pitched in the major leagues. Absolutely just shutting us down like it was nothing. We're going to the 8th. We'll leave Gumpert in there. Why not? Fly ball to center. Bob Scooby. Fly ball to left center field. At least Gumpert figured it out today. Ground ball to 3rd. Brett making the play. Bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Gibson. Yeah, everybody's just getting toasted now. It doesn't matter. And Smith walks. Well, they're going to bring in a relief pitcher after walking Ken Smith. And it's Brian Harvey. It's their closer. He's got 3 saves. As I mentioned, he's a Tiger draft pick in our sim. We'll let Lance Parrish bat. Why not? It doesn't matter. That'll do it. We're going to the 9th. Good job by Gumpert. I guess we'll bring in Roy Thomas. No, we're bringing Carl Willis. He's thrown the least amount of innings. Ball to Trammell. Molitor lines to right. Cockrell strikes out. Bottom of the ninth inning, it's Brian Harvey facing Greg Brock. I guess we have too many lefties because our lefties suck. And that's all we have. Tigers lose 3-1. We could not get anything going in that game. We are 6-8 on the year. No trade offers. We'll take a look at the standings. Oh, there's the National League for you. San Diego and Los Angeles absolutely crushing it. Look at the stolen bases in the National League. Not a lot of home runs. Houston, I can't remember, but I think they had like 13 home runs at home that year or something like that. Yeah, they're not hitting a lot of home runs. And the Cardinals, yeah, and Bush, the old Bush. Let's take a look at the American League. And yeah, we're 6-8. Man, we are 6.5 games back already as New York is totally dominating. Boston crushing it too. Baltimore, yeah, all three of those teams, with the way we are playing right now, we have no chance this year. It's a long season, though. We could make some trades. But this, the year the Tigers won the World Series, it feels like we've totally have no shot. New York's Weaver, Stephon Weaver, hurls an 8-0 shutout over the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are bad. At least we know we're not going to finish last. And that's it for news. Transactions. Nothing to offer. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. What a disappointing ball game. How many runners did we strand? Left on base, only 8. It seems like so many more, but after the 5th inning, the last 4 innings, I don't know if we had a hit. Mitch Rodas absolutely shut us down, which made sense because he had an 11 ERA, so the game wasn't going to let him give up runs today. On the other hand, our middle relief is absolutely terrible, and Lance Parrish making another error. He is unplayable. Unplayable. I don't know what to do about that. We have some decisions to make. We may have to trade Lance Parrish, and that pains me to say out loud, but that might be the only option. By the way, the player of the game today is Kirk GIBSON, for what it's worth. So he had that double, drove in a run. That's going to do it for today. We're going to come back a little later today with game 153 of the Seattle Pilots series. That game, we're coming down to it. We got a 3-game lead. If you're not following that series, that might be the better of the 2 series. So until next time, everyone, have a great day.